behalf of the Tramore Development Trust for the very happy occasion of the unveiling of the bronze relief of Lafcadio Hearn, which is a very generous gift from Matsue City in Japan. I'd like to extend 3 forms of welcome to you all here this morning. This first in our native language of Irish, to all of our friends, our visitors from abroad. Céad míle fáilte ród go léir go dtromhór, and that translates as 100,000 welcomes to you all here to Tramore. The second is in Japanese. Minasan Ohio gozaimasu yokoso Tramore. And I'm going to call on all the children from Glór and Montor, Noreen, Phelan to also give you a welcome in Japanese. And the last welcome is to our guests from Greece. And they taught me this last night. Kalimera, Kalos, Orisata. I hope I did it. I hope I did it justice. Tramore Development Trust is a completely voluntary community organisation, and it is delighted to be behind the Lafcadio Hearn Gardens, as it has become one of Tramore's main assets, and it's much loved by the people of Tramore. In actual fact, the town is very fortunate to have a natural haven such as this. It's become a powerful space, a sacred space, right in the centre of the town. It also has become an oasis and a place of peace and calm that so many of the people of Tramore have commented about, and they are cherishing it as a result. And today we are even more fortunate in that we are being given something even more precious to cherish. That is our gift from Matsue, and it's to add to our garden here. We are also very honoured to be joined here today to share this privilege by our eminent speakers, Mayor John Commons, Professor Bon Kozumi, and Naito-san, the head of the Sanin Japan Association. So I'd like, ladies and gentlemen, to call on our first speaker, who's Mayor John Commons. Mayor is the first citizen of the Waterford Metropolitan District. He also is the youngest ever mayor of all of the Waterford mayors, and he is currently the youngest mayor of all of the mayors in the country. So we're very, very honoured to have such a talented young mayor. So ladies and gentlemen, I'd like for you to give a very warm welcome to Mayor John Commons.
I'm going to try with a little bit of Japanese to start. Ohayo gozaimasu. I hope that came across okay. Mr. Naito-san, Mr. Kobayashi, members of the visiting delegation from Japan, Greece, and our visitors from the USA, Mr. Yamada, the cultural attaché to the Japanese embassy in Dublin, Mr. Martin Kern and the workers from the CE scheme, the Tramore CE scheme, Mrs. Anne Harper, Mrs. Agnes Aylward, and members of the Tramore Development Trust, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, and of course Mr. Bon Kozumi and his wife Naito. We are not Shoko. We all met in City Hall. We all met in City Hall last night, where I was delighted to host a reception in the Mayor's Parlour, where we welcomed our guests from Japan and Greece and the United States. It was a fantastic evening. They've had a fantastic time in Dublin over the last number of days, and we're absolutely delighted that you have joined us in such great numbers here in the magnificent Lafcadio Hearn Gardens. Lafcadio Hearn was a major historic literary figure at the turn of the 19th century. Although his star waned somewhat during the war-torn 20th century, in recent years he has gained new recognition. In Ireland, this recognition arises due to a number of new biographical works about him, but especially to these wonderful gardens, which have been created as a homage to his life and work. Already since their opening at the end of June, many thousands of visitors have developed a keen interest in Hearn. Through Hearn's work, we have acquired a shared relationship with Japan in our minds and hearts. And now through these gardens that celebrate his life and work in this historic centre of Tramore, that interest in your country has been further deepened. I was honoured to be here just as a councillor a short time before my election as mayor for the wonderful opening, which was attended by a huge amount of people from Tramore, and a real feeling of positivity and can-do attitude of what can be achieved in such a short space of time. What is being created around us was created in 15 months, and I think a great testament goes to Martin Kern and all the workers of the CE scheme and the Tramore Development Trust and all of the sponsors which have done a magnificent job, and I think they deserve a round of applause. The main purpose for our gathering here today, as Anne has rightly alluded to, is to unveil a very special gift from the city of Matsu in Japan. This generous gift will be a real and abiding testimony to the new friendship between the people of Matsu in Japan and Waterford and Tramore. Like all present, I look forward to the eagerly unveiling the bronze relief of Koizumi Hearn's youth in Ireland, which has been straddled in a number of places. I really look forward to unveiling it with Professor Koizumi in a short time. Hearn, as we know, has brought so much to the youth of Japan. Talking yesterday in City Hall to a number of the delegation, they were able to say how when they were in school themselves that they learned of Hearn's work, and it has added greatly to your lives, and it has added greatly as we relearn of Hearn's work here in Ireland. I'm really delighted to be here as Mayor to join with you for this very special occasion. Thank you very much to all of the organisers. Really look forward to unveiling the bronze plaque a little bit later. And thank you, of course, to the city of Matsu. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Cummins. And thank you also for hosting the delegation, the reception for the delegation for the San Japan Foundation last evening. Our next speaker next is Professor Bon Koizumi. Professor Koizumi is the great-grandson of Lafcadio Hearn, and we're very honoured to have him here today. He has come here with his wife, Shoko, who is the coordinator of the Open Mind of Lafcadio Hearn, and both of them are living in Matsue, the city who has generously given us this gift. And it's also the city that Lafcadio Hearn loved best. We are delighted that they could join us here today, and for Professor Bon Koizumi to agree to unveil this beautiful gift. So, ladies and gentlemen, could you give a warm welcome to Professor Bon Koizumi.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Bon Koizumi, the great-grandson of Lafcadio Hearn. My wife and I were invited to the opening ceremony of the Lafcadio Hearn Garden this past June, and we are honored to be back again. So thank you very much. Warm welcome. In September of 2012, Agnes showed us around and explained that she would like to create the garden dedicated to the life of Patrick Lafcadio Hearn. We were amazed in the short span of 2.5 years that Agnes's dream was realized. This garden is comprised of 9 gardens that express his life journey, and most importantly, it is not a Japanese garden, but an Irish garden dedicated to his memory. And more importantly, now a cultural landmark of Tramore. I would like to express my sincere gratitude to Agnes, the Tramore Development Trust, Japanese Embassy, and everyone else who made this garden a reality. I'm grateful to the city of Matsue for their donation of the beautiful relief of my great-grandfather. It is my greatest hope that the spirit of Lafcadio Hearn will emanate from this place, and visitors from Ireland and around the world can feel his presence and open mind. Thank you very much.
Arigato gozaimasu mashite, Professor Bonkozumi. Thank you very, very much. And thank you for coming here today, and also to Shoko for both of your tireless support and generosity to date for this project. And could I ask you now to step forward together with the Mayor to unveil our beautiful gift.
Three, 2, 1, 0.
Now, could I call on Naito-san, the President of the Association and Head of the Visiting Delegation, Sanin Japan Ireland Association, to read a letter from the Mayor of Matsue.
The Mayor, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Our members are from Japan, Matsue. My society works for the friendship and the mutual exchange of culture, Japan and Ireland. Some guys like Irish music. Some guys are very eager to read the works of Lafcadio Hearn. Some dance. It's a very, very varied actions, but anyway, it's very nice association. I hope you'll come someday. I have a letter from the city of Matsue, so I read. On behalf of the people of Matsue, I'd like to express our deepest congratulations and joy on the opening of the Lafcadio Hearn Memorial Gardens here in Tramore, Ireland. I'd like to express our deepest respect to Miss Anne Harper and all those from Tramore Development Trust for all their efforts in the opening of the garden. The news of the opening of the garden was widely published even within Matsue. To the people of the Matsue who greatly love and respect Hearn, this is a point of great pride and utmost pleasure. Currently, in the Lafcadio Hearn and Ireland exhibit on display in the Lafcadio Hearn Memorial Museum in Matsue, there is a photograph of the Tramore seashore. When I see the picture, my mind pictures a youthful Hearn swimming at the beach, and when I think about the garden built in his honor so close by, I can't help but feel a sense of closeness to the town of Tramore. I feel this is an extremely significant occasion to have Hearn's great grandson, Mr. Bon Koizumi, the chairman of Sanin Japan Ireland, me, and the rest of the visiting members in Tramore, bringing together all the feelings for Hearn with the people of Tramore to celebrate the opening of the garden. Here, I present you a relief of Hearn as a sign from Matsue City to mark the opening of the garden. Hearn,
who spent many happy times here as part of his childhood with his great aunt, is finally returning to the beautiful town of Tramore to once again explain the sea views, the breeze, and the smell and the sound of lapping waves. I pray that this relief of Hearn can become an everlasting symbol of friendship between Tramore, Waterford, and Matsue, and also between Ireland and Japan. Moreover, I hope it will watch over our relationship well into the future. Finally, I'd like to express my deepest hopes that the Lafcadio Hearn Gardens can become a place that the people of Ireland, Japan, and all those all over the world come to love. 10th October 2015. The Mayor of Matsue, Masataka Atsura.
ありがとうございました、Naito-san. On behalf of Tramore Development Trust and the people of Tramore, I wish to express our deepest gratitude to the Mayor, Masataka Matsura, and the people of Matsue for gifting us this beautiful bronze relief of Lafcadio Hearn. It really is truly a work of art. And we are honoured and very moved to have it in our garden, and we'll cherish it forevermore. I would like to assure the Mayor, in response, that this generous gift from Matsue will whet the interest of Irish people to visit Japan, and especially the beautiful city of Matsue, which Hearn called the chief city in the province of the gods. What a beautiful description. We are so looking forward to visiting Matsue, and I'd like you to convey that, Naito-san, to the Mayor. I'm looking forward to seeing Lafcadio Hearn's residence and museum, the Matsue Castle, which is in timber, and the outstanding shrines in Matsue, as well as your bridge that defies gravity. It's an extraordinary bridge. Lafcadio Hearn has provided us with a bridge to Japan, and we from Tramore hope to cross that bridge soon and to visit Matsue first. In the meantime, we'd like to help by extending and continuing this bridge and link by extending a warm hand of friendship to Japan, and particularly to the people of Matsue. We will be here to give them an Irish welcome, which is Céid Míle Fáilte, and that translates as 100,000 welcomes. So, Naito-san, if you could convey that to the Mayor also. Lafcadio Hearn has been brought back from his home in Matsue to the summer place of his youth here in Tramore. We reckon he should also now be serenaded by a very appropriate song from one of his favourite melodies, the Moors Melodies, and it's appropriately titled The Last Rose of Summer, as no doubt he was serenaded by his grandaunt Sarah Brenane here in Tramore. So could I please call on Vanessa to wheel in to sing that beautiful song, Last Rose of Summer.
Tis the last rose of summer left blooming alone. All her lovely companions are faded and gone. No flower of her kindred, no rose forgive sigh for sigh. I'll not leave thee, thou lone one, to buy nor the stem, since thou love me are sleeping. Go sleep thou with them. Thus kindly I scatter thy leaves on the bed, where thy mates of the garden lie scentless and dead, where thy mates of the garden lie scentless and dead.
Beautiful, Vanessa. Thank you so much. And thank you so much, Joey. That's Joey Whelan on the classical guitar. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'd now like to call on Agnes Aylward, who is a director of Tramore Development Trust and also the project director of the Lafcadio Hearn. Well, she's more than that. She is really the Lafcadio Hearn Gardens. So, ladies and gentlemen, would you like to give a very, very warm welcome to Agnes?
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm just here to thank people for their contribution. But firstly, before I move to the thanks, I want to return to the relief of Hearn, which is now here for you to see today. And I would like to explain, and perhaps Sonomi might interpret this for me for our Japanese friends, just one little bit of it. I want to explain that the relief will stand here this morning. Then we are moving it to the Coast Guard Cultural Centre, where it will be on exhibition with our exhibition entitled Hearn from Tramore to Matsue. And then when we have our new building, our interpretive centre, built on this spot where we're standing, it will move there permanently. And after the, okay.
ご覧の通り、今このレリーフはここに立っておりますけれども、この後、式典の後にコーストガードステーションの方に持ってまいります。で、そこで展示会、エキシビションがありますので、そこに展示されます。で、将来的にはちょうどこの敷地のところにプレゼンテーションセンター、ビジターセンターですか、コーヒーショップとかもが立つ予定なので、そこに永久的にそのレリーフの方が設置されることになります。
And I would invite you all after the ceremony to look at the plans of the centre, which are on display down there, and you will see from the drawings that there is a wonderful cantilevered section of the building, which will a glazed section looking over the garden, and it's there that we will place the bronze so that Hearn can permanently look out over the garden facing east.
そちらの方に図面がありますが、そこにはちょうど庭園を一応見渡せるバルコニーのようなものがありまして、ちょうどハーンがそこからもう日本に向けてその海の方に向けてこう海を眺められるようなイメージをしております。
So I would just like to thank some people now, and there are quite a few of them. Firstly, I would like to thank again Shoko Kozumi, who has been our main interlocutor with Matsue City. I would like to thank the mayor of Matsue City, Mr. Matsura Mazataka. I would like to thank Ms. Satomi Miyazaki, the Director of International Tourism there, and Ruan Tracy, Coordinator for International Relations for Ireland, and Ruan has Waterford connections and has been very helpful to us. I would like to thank Noel Whelan from Dunhill, who mounted the relief of the bronze of Hearn, Rupert Maddock, City Architect, for advice on the mounting. I would like to thank Morris Conway and Aoife Brogan for the wonderful drawings which I've invited you to look at. Mr. Yuichi Yamada from the Japanese Embassy, the cultural attaché, who's been very helpful to us all through the project. Vanessa Whelan for her glorious voice and being kind enough to come here after a concert and last night. Joe Whelan for his classical guitar work, and Joe is going to play for us later, I believe, Rhapsody. What is it? The Sakura Variations. We also have present a young lady who is a harpist, Sophia Wisdom, and she is going to play. We have to set her up after this. She's going to play for us and may possibly be staying on to play later in the day. We've already mentioned all our Japanese and Greek visitors, and thank you very much again for coming and making this a wonderful day, and visitors from the United Kingdom who have come also today. All the volunteers who helped in the gardens, I want to say a special help. These gardens opened at the end of June. Since then, about 4,000 people or more have come and seen them, and they have been welcomed by, I have a list of 20 volunteers from this town who come here and sit out there and say welcome. And we have to, everybody now has to say yokoso as well as welcome. We have to learn it in Japanese too. But they are the people who give the warm welcome and the spirit to the visitors coming to this garden. I would especially like to thank, there are 20 in the list, and I will name them later in the day, but it's too cold here. But I would like to thank Deirdre O'Madine, who organised the roster and was of immense help in doing that. Members of our committee from the Lafcadio Hearn Gardens who have given tremendous help: Janet Carey of Red Sox Media, Laura Casson, Sonia Walsh, Sonomi Leslie, John Smiles, Joe Stokes, Jennifer Allen, and Jerry Kelly, and I hope I haven't forgotten anybody. Finally, I would just like to invite you to go and see this wonderful haven, our beautiful garden. We hope that you enjoy it, and we hope that it brings a wonderful spirit of cooperation and friendship between Ireland and Japan. I will end with words from Lafcadio Hearn, the last line of his essay in a Japanese garden. Verily, even plants and trees, rocks and stones, all shall enter into nirvana. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We will continue with music, and there will be guided tours. Martin Curran and Sonomi will interpret, and perhaps Richard is here to give guided tours. So our Japanese visitors who would like a tour, I suggest you move up there above the hedge and we'll get started. Thank you.
Excuse me, can I take a photograph, please? Handshake, please. Front of. Yes, nice shot. Thank you very much.
No, it's absolutely brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. One more. Are we done? You happy? Perfect. Great. No, well done.
convey my thanks to the city on my behalf as well. So he couldn't come. Yeah. Yes, well, I express my thanks to him and yeah.